Pro tip, make sure your bridge is straight. A good way to check is to use the square edge of a business card to make sure the back of the bridge is perpendicular with the faceplate. Pro tip, always wipe down your violin when you're done playing, otherwise this happens. Pro tip, never take all your strings off at once, otherwise your bridge will fall. Pro tip, these violins are active, so make sure every time you're done playing them, unplug to save the battery power. Pro tip, always wash your hands before playing, that way you don't get a buildup of skin under your strings. Pro tip, always loosen your bow after playing, this will make your hairs last a lot longer. Pro tip, always zip up your case, otherwise your stuff could fall out. Pro tip, never leave your instrument in a hot car, that thing's made of wood. If you leave it there long enough, it's gonna crack. Pro tip, higher end violins are great, but that's only half your instrument. Once you get to the higher price category, you need to start thinking about investing in a better bow.
Pro tip, strings start to oxidize and lose their tone as they get older. If you're playing a good amount, change your strings every 6 months.
Pro tip, if you see a few broken hairs on your bow, don't be worried. It's completely normal for a few hairs to break every now and again. Just clip them off. If you see excessive breakage, think about getting your bow rehaired or replaced. Pro tip, if you do get broken hairs, don't just tear them out. Use nail clippers or something sharp to cut them nice and close. Pro tip, always have a pair of backup strings. You never know when you might need them. Pro tip, don't get discouraged if your arm gets tired while playing. The more you practice, the more endurance you'll build in your muscles. Pro tip, avoid touching your strings in the area between your fingerboard and your bridge to keep your hand oils away from your bow hairs.
And one last tip for all you low string players, if you're playing on an especially slippery floor, go ahead and spit on the back of your slip stop to make it stick to the floor better.
Okay.
You didn't say anything.
Pro tip. Ready?
Pro tip, your strings will start to oxidize. I screwed it up already.
It's okay.